it's me, Lilith, again for another little crafting session here on the Facebook Live as well as on YouTube. I'm just going to have a look on my phone and just check and see how the quality is. I have connected myself with my cable and I'm still a little bit blurry, but I don't know how I can change that. So I did test some tests on my side, like just do a Facebook Live on my private channel, and it wasn't blurry. So I don't know if it's with the setup, like posting to two places at the same time. But anyway, we'll just have to do with what we've got. I do have excellent connection. I haven't had any issues on any other platforms. So there we go. Behind the Altenude badge today is Hannah. So a huge shout out to her. She'll be helping me along the way. And don't forget to share this video while it is live. Do bear with me. It's 10 p.m. here. I'm really tired. It's been a very long day. But I do hope to be able to craft a little bit with you. I know, Beth, I'm so sorry. It's a little bit blurry. I don't know why. I've tested everything. I've done things separately. And it always works, but as soon as I use the system here with the two sessions, it's a bit blurry. So I've got my cable connected, so I'm not on Wi-Fi, so it should work. I don't think it's my camera because I can see myself fine on my screen, and there we go. So I just hope you'll be able to follow me today. So crafting today, I decided to use the enamel flowers, which you can see here. It's this lovely set. So I've got 3 elements from the sets. I've got the stamp set, and then I've got the coordinating coloring stencil. And here you can see I've got the dies. What I do now is I just staple them all together so that they're like here at the top of the packaging. And that way I've got all my 3 products together. I've tried different techniques like putting them in storage bags, but sometimes the storage bags aren't large enough, or sometimes they're too large. So I'm just going to do it like this at the moment. And that way I've got all my supplies together. I've also pulled out some woodless pencils, which you can see here. And this is my new box, so I'll be unboxing it with you. There we go. And I've also got out some ink colors. We'll just see how we go. I've also got the, this is my new time favorite, which is the Altenude. It's called the Gradient Washi Tape, the Cherry Blossom. And I've got A and B here. So I'll use that. Hi there, everyone. And then I've got my usual supplies. So some watercolor paper, some white paper, some black paper. We'll just see where we go, but I will try to make 2 cards today. So that's the plan. I'm just going to check all the lovely little comments and see who has popped on. Hi there, everyone. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Xiomara. Hi, Rose. Hi, Sue. It's so lovely to see you. There we go. Good afternoon, Nancy. Well, here it's good evening. There we go. I've just come back from evening classes, so I teach English and then I pop on here. So I'm going to switch my screen. Oh, no, not that one. I'm going to switch my screen so that you can see my I don't know if this, I just changed the definition. I don't know if this is going to help anything. Let me just check on my phone. It does look better. Maybe I found the solution. There we go. It does. Yay, I found it. I think somebody put it on less definition, and that's why it didn't work out that well. So there we go. Just goes to show you just need to fiddle it out. I found it. It was a setting on Restream. Yay. That's one thing less to worry about. So this is my desk with all my lovely supplies. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to take off the plastic of my box. See, I found the solution while I was doing my live. There we go. It goes to show. Yes, somebody put the resolution on 320 or 300 and something instead of 360 instead of 720. So that was the thing. It was in. I knew it had something to do with the program we were using. It will be more fun today, Hannah. So these are the woodless coloring pencils. So up till now, I've always been using my where is it? I can't find it. It's probably somewhere, but got lost. I've always been using my woodless coloring pencils. They have been much loved, but I've got my little box here. They're 24, but I got the 32 one. So I'll be able to create lots of more lovely things. And so here we've got our lovely little card there with lots of fun ideas on how to do the coloring. And these are my lovely coloring pencils, which I'll be using today. And there are 2 layers here. So some of the colors I already have, and then others, like I really wanted the pinks here. So there we go. I'm super duper happy I got those. So we'll be using those with our lovely stamp set today. Let's just put those to one side and we can start crafting. So I'm going to keep my little. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to start stamping. So this is the enamel flower set. I love this set just because the flowers are really fun and funky and a little bit different from what I usually use. And I think they're just really, really fun to use. I made a card with this. I don't know if I've got it here. Let me just check. I'm just going to have a look through my little cards here. These are my latest cards, so it should be in here. Probably not. I've probably just already put it away. No, I don't have it here. But I created a whole background just using one of the stamps, and that looked so good. So I knew I had to use these again. I know, April, don't you think it's great when you get some new products and you can open them? It's like the best thing ever. So we're going to create a card with the woodless coloring pencils. I'm going to do 2, and then if I have time, I'll try and also use the stencil. But just to show you that you can also use them and blend them together with water. So that's what I wanted to do a little bit. So I'll be using these. There we go. So let's start. Oh, these aren't the same. These are the woodless. Are they the same? Oh, we'll just see. I'm discovering things myself. Should know better. There we go. So let's start crafting. I'm going to be using my obsidian pigment ink. There we go, which is exceptionally crisp. I love this one. And I'm just going to use a stamping block just to make it quick and easy. There we go. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a little cluster on my stamping base. I might just take some white smooth cardstock for this one. There we go. Let's just go with some white smooth cardstock. There we go. So I'm going to take some of these elements and we're just going to play a little bit with them. So there we go. Let's go. So I'm going to ink this up with some black ink. Sorry, not black ink. There we go. And I'm just going to start. I'm going to create a cluster, probably here at the bottom. There we go. If you wanted to, you could mask them off. There we go. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to use them and create like this fun effect at the bottom of my card. Okay. Let's just pull the backing off. This is the flower I love the most. This one I'm going to use here. There we go. So I'm just doing this randomly. Okay, that one's done. So I've got another little flower here, which is a little bit smaller, which I'm going to kind of pop in the middle here. Like so. And then I'm going to fill up with all of my little leaves. So let's just do the smaller one here, which I think is cute. There we go. I think that would just fit like there. Like so. And this is just going to fill up the space a little bit. So I'm going just to play around a little bit with these little leaves. Let's change it up again, once again. This one is fun as well. I think I can fill up the white space here at the bottom, like so. Just pop it in like that. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. There we go. And I also need a little bit of filling up here. Yep, it's just a microfiber cloth. I buy these in packs of 5, and usually the pink ones I use to clean around the house, and then the green ones come downstairs with me. So let's just see here. We've got a tiny, oh, this one is okay. Let's do it with this one. Let's just ink this up a little bit. Pop it in here. This is just going to help me fill up a little bit of the space here. I've got a small one here too. Up. Like that. I'm going to put another one in. Like so. And I might just pop something here at the bottom. That's just a little bit too empty for me. Let's use the one at the top. There we go. There we go. I think that's filled up nicely. I should have left this one out. Could fill up my whole card like this. You know what I'm going to do? Because I shouldn't have put this one there, I think I'm going to add a little something here at the top. I'm going to add another big one over here just to kind of create a mirror image, but smaller. So I'm going to do it like that. Like so. Ooh. Okay, let's try and remedy this. Oh, well, we'll fix that when we're coloring. There we go. Then I might just add some leaves at the bottom, like so. There we go. And I'm wondering if I'm going to add a couple more leaves here to the side. Like so. Making it look intentional. There we go. This is fun because it's like creating a coloring page. There we go. So I've got everything stamped down. I'll come back in for my sentiment afterwards. I'm just going to start coloring everything in now. There we go. So let's just put this to one side. So of course you could go in and use the coloring stencil, but today I thought it'd be nice just to use woodless coloring pencils. So there we go. And I thought of maybe using a bit of water, but I don't have any water with me. So we're just going to color them in like so. So I'm just going to pull out some colors. Or maybe I'll just pull everything out and then we can work with what we got. Come on. Okay. They don't want to be crafted with today. There we go. Oh, they're so pretty. Funny how I can get giddy just with coloring pencils. There we go. So let's have a look at the colors. I think I'm going to go with kind of purples and pinks. And I might add a splash of red in there. So I'm going to use some of the colors which I haven't used previously. So I'm going to use Rubelite, Midsummer Violet, and I'm going to go crazy with a bit of Ruby Red. Okay. And I will just see how that goes. So that's going to be for the flowers. So I'm going to start coloring. Let's see how this goes. So I'm going to start off with the centers of my petals, and I'm going to go in with my Midnight Violet. And I'm always afraid to press too hard. I'm going to maybe zoom you in. Maybe that will be a bit better. Let's try and zoom you in. There we go. Ooh. It's a big. Oh, there we go. So, but they are really, really, really smooth. So I'm just going to kind of start in the center here. And maybe just work my way around as well. And I'm going to do that for all of my... I'm going to try and do several so that I can work quickly. Because I always think, oh yeah, I'm going to make 3 cards. And then I just end up making 2. So probably we'll just make 2. There we go. These are really, really smooth, especially on the smooth cardstock here. And you can press really hard. It's just going to get darker, but you won't be left with like those stripes, like the indentations you might get from normal pencils when you press too hard on paper. I remember when I was a child, oh God, I've kind of mucked it up over here. There we go. I've already started. It's because I've got... So I was saying, when I was a child, when I used to color, I'm just going to take a scrap piece of paper. Okay, let's just use this. Let's see, scrap piece of paper. Ah, over there. Okay. Just to put my hand underneath so I don't mess it up. So when I was a child, when I would color, I would hate like when the coloring pencil would leave lines or streaks. So what I would do is I would sharpen my pencils, and then I would take the color which was left over from the sharpening, and then I would take a Q-tip and kind of color in everything and blend everything out. So while others were just going crazy and coloring in, I was trying to blend everything together. But with these coloring pencils, it would have been so much easier for me as a child. Or I would like use an eraser or rub things with my fingers. There we go. So here I'm just coloring in my centers. So just blending in everything together. And I do want a bit of a darker shade in the center. So I don't know if I'm going to go in with my red or maybe like a darker blue, or maybe the sapphire or something. We'll just see how that works out. I'm just going to finish this off and then we'll see where we go from there. If you are really looking to invest in something fun to color, I would really advise you to get some of these coloring pencils, because they are awesome. There we go. So I'm going to go in with my kind of rubelite. I'm going to go over the color I've already done, just to make sure that the colors kind of blend together, because they're really different. So we'll just see how that goes. That's really, really pinky. That's really, really pink. Okay, let's see how this works out. So now I'm just going to go lightly over it with a kind of purple color, just to make this so that the colors kind of blend together. So it comes kind of, it's not too pinky. It's not too sharp. So and it's like I'm blending with the pencil. So just going over it, kind of blending the colors together. And then you can always go back in with a bit of that pink. It's a bit like layering colors, but with pencil. Oh, Sherry, yes, the never-ending wish list. It always gets longer and longer, never shorter, does it? There we go. So I quite like that. It's kind of like a petal with a kind of going from a darker purple to like a purple with a pinkish tint. But I do want to darken that center. So I think I'm going to go in with Sapphire, which is kind of a blue, but with some purple like hues in there, undertones. I'm just going to kind of just add that to the center here. And it's just going to darken it ever so slightly. Just kind of, and I'm just going to once again just kind of blend that all together with the Midnight Violet again. So it's a bit like watercoloring, or you can really blend the colors together. So there we go. So it's a bit, I don't know if you can see it on the screen, but it's just a tad, like a bit blue, a bit darker here in the center. I could try with maybe even the starlight and see how that looks. Well, yeah, that's even better. I think I'm going to go with starlight. So I'm just going to add that a bit to my center. And this, once again, blend that out with the Midnight Violet. Voilà. There we go. That looks really, really, that's really nice. So once again, let's go in and add our pink shade. So here I'm adding my color. And when I'm coloring with these pencils, always think they're kind of buttery soft, because that's how they glide over the paper here. So once again, I'm kind of going to blend that pink a little bit to make sure that it's not too pinky. It's kind of purpley. Maybe darken that base a little bit, and then I'm going to go in with the starlight. And then once again, just kind of subtly blend the color so that it's not too blue. There we go. And I'll just go back over a little bit with that pink, like so. I really like the look of these. They are really, really pretty. So let's just, so if I'm going to have to color all of them. Why do you always choose difficult things to do, or just tedious things that take a long time to do? So I just kind of speed up the process, but you do get the idea of what we're trying, the effect we're trying to achieve. And maybe we could just test different colors. I don't know. What would you like me to do? Would you like me to test different colors and how they look together? Because I think that would be a bit more interesting than just to see me do all the florals in one shade. There we go. So it's just really fun to see how these colors really blend together, even though they are pencils. There we go. You know, I think I might do kind of different color shades just to see how it looks, just to show you. Just make like different colored flowers. I think that would be great. The thing is just to really play around. And what's really nice about our little, so the woodless color pencils, you do get the little booklet with it. And you can see they've already got some really fun examples on how you can combine the colors. So here you've got like different color mixes to mix two colors to create a new color. And then here you've got some fun combinations, so you can see how they look already. And you've got all the names beneath. So here you can see some. Here you've got maple, yellow, autumn blaze, heartbeat, crimson, ruby red, paperback, and black. So quite a lot of colors in there. And you can see the different ways of blending them and etc. So you've already got lots and lots of ideas in your little booklet. How about some yellow African violets? Yeah. What do you mean, like yellow and purple? Oh yeah, and like yellow, purple, and red. Yeah, it was one of my dad's favorite flowers. And my sister, she had a really great idea. She found, I think she found someone on Facebook in the region where we live who would paint flowers on stones, and then she would like put a kind of varnish on it. And so my sister ordered, we all kind of chose a flower or something which my dad liked. So lots of them were flowers or butterflies. And then this person painted them onto the stones and she sealed them. And we all put our stones on our dad's, near our dad's gravestone, and they look so pretty. And one of them was an African daisy, because I know my dad loved those flowers. There we go. I'm nearly finished with this flower, and then we'll try and create one with a bit of yellow. So what I've always done with these is I kind of use them separately. I have blended them a little bit, but not like in this kind of way. And I really love how this looks. And it's really relaxing to kind of do this. And it's a lot more, I think it's a lot easier than watercoloring because you do have that precision that comes with having a nice fine tip, which you might not have with watercolors because, well, you're playing with water, and water tends to kind of have a life on its own, and if it decides to go somewhere, well, it will. Okay, nearly done. I'm really happy I added that little bit of a darker shade in the middle. Now that I'm adding all the petals, it really shows. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing, Kathleen. There we go. It's really fun just to see how all of these colors mix together. We're working on this one. Let's just go ahead and do it. Okay. Just add a bit more of that purple color to blend the colors together. So and just darken the shade a little bit with the blue. And then just blend the blue out a little bit with the purple so it's not too harsh. So we finished our first flower. There is no sharpener. There isn't a sharpener. But I just use a regular sharpener. I think even once I used a makeup sharpener, just because it was easier. Yes, Cece, you can always change your mind. Never too late. So I'm going to do the center, and I'll go with classics here. Let's just go with some yellows and oranges. So let's just see how the yellow looks. There we go, a bit of yellow to add a bit of orange in there, kind of. Blend that with the yellow. Might go with a little bit of a darker shade as well. Just go a little bit darker. I'm going to go in with the Autumn Blaze. And because I started off with the yellow, it's kind of blending into the color because the colors lay one on top of each other. There we go. And just maybe, okay, let's go in with a little bit of paper bag. I just want to kind of darken some of those areas, maybe just to one side, like so, ever so slightly. There we go. That looks nice. There we do. So that's our first little flower together. Oh, Sherry, me too. I do like a purple and orange. So let's try that color combination someone suggested earlier. So maybe like kind of purpley reds with some yellow, because I think that would look really, really good. Go there. So I've got let's just see. That's a bit too going to the pink. I'm going to go with crimson. And I'm going to go with my maple yellow here. And I'm going to stick with my kind of purple. So let's just do those together. So I'm going to do this flower here. So let's just see how I'm going to do this. So I'm going to start with my darker shade probably. So I'm going to start with my purple once again. So I'm going to do the bottom part of my flower. Like so, and then I'm going to add in a little bit of my red, like so. So I'm not going to go all the way down. I'm just going to kind of layer it on the top part of the purple. And kind of work my way up to the top, and then I'm going to go in with my yellow. So I'm just going to start at the top and then work my way down, and then I'm going to kind of blend the yellow and the red together. Like so. So because these colors are quite different, you might just need a little bit more blending. And I might even work my way a little bit into the purple, but not too much. Just kind of blend with the red, and then because yellow and purple is going to make a funny color. And then I'm going to go back in with my red, kind of blend that a little bit more to the bottom, and then add my purple again. And just blend that into the red. So I'm kind of just blending my colors together until they become smooth and it's just one color. So once again, just going back in with a little bit of that red. Just maybe adding a little bit more into that yellow. And because you're laying the colors one on top of each other, you'll see that at one point they're kind of smoothen out a little bit. Let's just do that with the yellow. I might just add a fourth color just to make that blend look a little bit more smoother. So I'm going to try and see if I use the Autumn Blaze just to kind of blend the yellow and the orange, the yellow and the red. It might work just a little bit better. Yep, that's just fine. There we go. And just go over that just the last time with some yellow. And that's my first. So maybe just I'm going to work a little bit more red in here. Like so, and then just add a bit more purple. The shade of purple could be just a teeny tiny bit darker. So that's why I'm just going to add a little bit more here. There we go. It's quite a colorful contrast. No, but there we go. I do like the look of it. I think it's kind of funky, kind of reminds me of a kind of those 70s colors, which were pretty bright. So just the more you blend the colors, the more color you add, you will see how it just blends nicely in together. And don't be afraid of just taking like an intermediate color just to make sure that you don't get those kind of harsh lines. And I might just go in with just a teeny tiny darker shade here at the bottom. It's a blue, just to kind of I just think that adds a little bit of a fun contrast there. So I'm going to try and hold that petal up just to show you how it looks. And they are a little bit shiny. But you can see how nicely that blended together and you don't have any harsh lines. So I'm going just to continue working on another one here. It would be fun just to make, I might just finish this flower and add a sentiment, but I'll probably won't be able to finish it all. Or I will finish the flowers here. We'll just do one card. And I will leave the coloring stencil for another time. I'm really enjoying this process, and I would like to finish this card, but I've only got 20 minutes, so here we go. Let's go in with the red. It does look like a tropical sunset. And I think it's always fun, like, to try new combinations on flowers. Just choose colors that really make you happy and that you love using. And just be careful not to mix colors together that become kind of brown, because I know certain colors work well together and others would kind of make sure that they don't mix too much. But if you need a brown, mix it. So this is our yellow. So the yellow, I'm not going to pull that all the way through to my purple because that wouldn't look too nice. But just mixing it in with the red is going to be perfect. There we go. Just going to use my little autumn blaze here to kind of create a transition. And once you've got the hang of it, you will see you become a lot faster and you know how the colors work. And so it will be a lot easier to kind of use them. Oh, stay over there. And you can see here my little mark. Pop. Go. Kind of blend that all in together. Add a little bit more purple here. And then just to finish it off, I'm going to add a little bit of that desert night here. Just to add a hint of blue at the bottom. There we go. Let's just blend that out a bit. Oh, not with the yellow. Sure, silly me. There we go. So that's our second little petal. Yes, I know, Sherry. Who says that they have to be realistic? They have to be fun. They have to reflect what we feel, what makes us happy, or what has inspired us. So just play around with them. There we go. Yeah, my husband is starting up the old computer, so there might be some grumpy noises on the background, and he's waving hello. And now he's laughing. He's chuckling. He thinks it's hilarious, me speaking to my computer. There you go. Oh, let's go in with the red. There we go. He's always trying to make me laugh while I'm on here. There we go. They're saying hello. Ils te disent bonjour, Michel. I translated. There we go. And he waved as well, so you've got a wave. When I started doing these live sessions, my kids would come in and do funny faces or make funny noises. It was hilarious. Yeah, I know, but it's like he comes in and he just thinks I'm talking to the computer. He doesn't necessarily remember that I've got a live session. I know I'm talking to you. It's just so funny because you can't answer back. It would be lovely if you could answer. Just imagine. We would just chat all day long. We wouldn't craft. We would just be chatting. There we go. And I forgot to ask you. I usually ask, how is the weather where you are? Because turn the camera on. I should, because usually they come downstairs and they're like in the pajamas, and the pajamas is just a pajama bottom and nothing on top. I've got boys, so I think they've got another kind of heating system in their body. They're always hot. I'm always cold. So there we go. So I really, really, really love the colors here. I think that combination is just really fun and funky. Oh, -5. Oh dear, that's cold. We've got it's freezing overnight, but we've had 2 days of really lovely sunshine, and we've had so little sunshine. Like in December, we had like maybe 1 day, and January has been pretty gloomy as well. So just having like a little bit of sun has been so amazing, even though it's a bit chilly. Just that little bit of sunshine makes it all worth the while. So I always have a hard time coloring these kind of centerpieces. I never know what color I have to use on them. So I'm going to kind of just go with something and just see how that looks. Kind of a petal with all the kind of tones in them. Oh, rain. We've had so much rain. Oh, so we were pretty happy just to have a little bit of sunshine today. But the thing is, as soon as I see the sun, I'm going like, oh, spring is there. And then, no. It's still cold, still freezing. It just goes to show you how the weather can influence your mood. The beginning of January, I just come out of 2 weeks of vacation, and I was really feeling very tired, and I said, I must have something. I must have kind of a virus, or I must have maybe an iron deficiency or some kind of deficiency. So I went and got my blood tested. I did everything. Turns out I have nothing. And I think it was just the blues from like not having enough sunshine. And so I did buy kind of one of those lamps just to see. But I have noticed as soon as the sun is out, I feel so much better. So they are ever. Oh, wow. Mine, I think my crocuses are kind of showing tips. And they are kind of in an area of the garden where they are pretty like protected. So they come out pretty early, but it's a bit early now. Yeah, I'm already on vitamin D. Man, everything else was okay. I think it was just kind of, we had such a gray December and everything was just gloomy. And I think it was just like, and maybe also we came out of like a Christmas vacation, and my eldest boys who are at college, they had like exams. So they were studying like throughout the whole vacation, the whole holiday season. And I was like so worried. It was the first set of exams, and you kind of you worried and you're anxious, and probably all of that caused the fatigue. There we go. Ooh, it's a bit darker one place. It's just kind of dark on this. And once again, I'm just going to add that little bit of blue at the base. There we go. But I do take vitamin D throughout the year, and a bit more in the winter, and a lot less in the summer. Seasonal affective disorder. Oh, I didn't know something. Oh, that's the first time I've heard that. Probably, I don't know. I think I've noticed I'm generally a very happy person, so I won't be down or anything, but I do notice I can get more tired if I don't have enough sunshine. And I grew up in South Africa, so I live for hot weather and lots of sun. So it's quite hard sometimes when it's like gloomy the whole day. But I think we all generally tend to thrive when the sun is shining. So, nearly finished my flower over here. What would these flowers be? There you go. I really love how these pencils blend so nicely together. I've never had that with another type of pencil, but I haven't invested in any other types of pencils, so I wouldn't know. But the ones I had, they weren't as nice as this. So I'm so happy I got this set. And I really like this color combination. Thank you for inspiring me. And the more I'm filling up the flower, the more I like the color combo. So it's a really, really fun. There we go. Nearly finished. Where are you, Alicia, then, where it's dark all the time? Like nearly all the time. But I already told my husband, I mean, this year I had it really bad with the cold, for example, and each year it gets worse and worse. I just can't handle once it starts getting cold. I thrive when the weather's like nice and warm, and even like this summer we had like really warm weather, unusually warm weather for where we are. And oh, I was just a happy little bee buzzing along, and everyone, oh, it's too warm, it's too warm. And North Pole, Alaska, okay, then I get it. So probably very dark in the winter months. But I do want to come and visit. I would love to visit. One of my things on my bucket list to go and visit Alaska. I think it would be lovely. I've seen so many beautiful like documentaries, and I'm a huge nature fan, so I'd love to see Alaska, even in the winter. There we go. So let's just finish this little flower here. I know I won't have time to finish everything, but we've already got a pretty good idea of how. Oh, why am I mixing in? I wanted to put in some bread. I made brown. There we go. It's kind of. There we go. Ooh, what color are we going to put in there? So the hardest things are those like kind of tiny pieces. I never know what color I have to put them. Last petal. Let's go. I do think if you like you're born somewhere and you've lived there your whole life, I do think kind of your body kind of saves that kind of atmosphere, and it's something you crave. I grew up in South Africa, so my whole childhood I spent in South Africa. I was about 2 when we arrived there, and I was like 12 when we left. And I think that was kind of, my body just knows that warmer temperatures are better for me. I just have a really hard time with the cold. And when I mean like, it's not only psychology, like it's not just the psychology of the colder weather, it's just my body aches. I get like really cold feet and really, really cold hands. And I just dread the winter. And I go to bed like with hot water bottles and layers and layers. I'd probably go to bed in like a ski suit. Let's just blend in these colors. See, I think when you're used to something like places where it's cooler, wetter, when you get to be in the opposite, it's quite hard. And I've noticed that with people here where they're usually more milder like weather in the summer, when we've got like the heat waves and everything, they really don't like the heat, whereas I just go, oh, it's nice. It's nice. And even when we go like to the south of France, and I'm just going like, let's go visit, and it's like midday, and everyone's going, no, let's just stay inside. It's too warm. We'll visit like in the evening. I'm just going, yay, let's go. I'm ready for the warm weather. There we go. Just a little bit more blending, and then I think we're all done. And maybe we could just do some leaves before I leave you. There we go. Ha ha ha, the pun. I really like this look. It's so pretty. It's really something different. I've never done a flower with that kind of, I have used these colors before, but this kind of blending I haven't done. So it's really fun just to see how those flowers turn out. So let's have a look at the leaves, because we do need a little bit of greenery in there. There we go. So we've got some lovely, I don't want to go with to like, these are maybe just a little bit too bright over here. So these are they look a bit darker on the screen than they actually are. So these are a little bit just too bright. I do prefer the kind of muted greens we've got here. They all look like a bit of brown on screen, but so this one is yellow olive. Oh, we've got moss. Oh, I'm going to mix those two together. Those look really nice. And then maybe just for a little bit of a darker shade, the mangrove root. There we go. Let's go in and do some of those leaves over here. So let's just color some of these in. I'm going to start maybe with the darker shade, maybe the middle shade. So I'm going to go in with some moss. So once again, I'm always starting like with one of the darker shades and then working my way towards the lighter. Oh yeah, this is nice. These are nice shades. I'm going to blend these all together. They look nice together. Let's just go back in with a little bit of that. This yellow ochre, it's kind of more of a going towards the yellow, but it gives kind of, I don't know, I'm going to try and hold it up so you can see. You can't see that well on the screen, but gives this kind of autumn feel to the leaf. And then I might just go in a little bit with my darker shade here at the bottom and along that little line in the middle. There we go. So let's do that once again here. And then I'm going to go in with my lighter shade. Okay, I think I know what I'm going to be doing for the next couple of weeks. I'm going to be using my coloring pencils. Once I discovered how much I love using a product, I will use it over and over and over again. I don't know if you can see it on the screen. Got that kind of little of a ochre hint in there. Let's do a couple of other leaves before I have to go. Coloring leaves which flow over the side is a little bit more tricky than I thought. There we go. There we go. I really like the look of those leaves. Their color is, those colors together are so pretty. So moss and then ochre yellow, no, yellow ochre. And I'm really enjoying how the blending is on these pencils. It's just stunning. There we go. So you've already got an idea on how that looks once you start blending it. And they have this nice shine to it. Isn't it pretty? So I'm going to keep on going with kind of purple flowers and then this color combination throughout the whole card. And then once I've finished it, I will post it. It's really, really pretty. And I think it's always fun to try like new color combinations and just see how they work. And I already loved my pack of 24, but I think these are even better just because I've got more color choices. I really like the look of that. And so all I'd have to do now is just kind of finish the coloring here and then pop a sentiment onto that. So I'm so very sorry that I didn't manage to do more than one card. I'm going to kind of zoom you out again. If I can just, how do I zoom? Oh, that's in. Out, out, out. There we go. But if you look at how stunning those colors are, and these are just watercolor, these are not watercolor pencils, these are just the woodless coloring pencils. So they are amazing. And we've even got a little bit of white in there. So if you wanted to, you could kind of lighten certain areas, just kind of just add some, like maybe some little stripes. They are very subtle, but they do add this kind of little, so really a lot of options with this set. Oh, what paper I'm using? I'm using the Altenew Classic Crest Solar White. There we go. Which is this lovely smooth paper. I think it's one of my favorite white papers. So the Altenew Classic Crest Solar White. I'm trying to get that in correctly. And maybe Han can kind of pop the link in there. So it's the Altenew Classic Crest Solar White. There we go. And this one is really nice and smooth. And it's the watercolor pencils on this paper is just like butter. It's really, really, really smooth. And I'm really going to try out other combinations just to see how they look. And I think you would be able to create really lovely colored flowers because you've got the white to kind of blend things out into a kind of a white tip, which I think would look really, really great too. So there you have it. I'm going to just flip my camera. There we go. And then maybe just show you the card like this because the colors are just a little bit different. There we go. And you can see, oh, I really love this one. Oh, there we go. This one over here. I just think that looks really, really cool with the yellow and the purples. And now I'm super, super light because I popped on extra lighting. But now I'm like overexposed. So there we have it. So let's just show you the card once again. There we go. So I'm going to finish that probably tomorrow. And if you do have the woodless coloring pencils and you haven't given them a try yet, go ahead and give them a try, and play around with the color combinations. You can just do like a small flower, just color it in and see how it looks. Try out different colors. Some blues would look really well with some green. Just give it a go. And I think this is the stamp set I used here is a really good stamp set to start, enamel flowers, because the flowers are very simple. You don't really have to recreate this kind of very realistic coloring like you would with a more realistic flower. And so even if your coloring is not like 100% perfect, it will still look good because it's kind of this kind of stylish sketched flower. So there we go. Thank you very much. I don't think a winner has been picked yet. I still have to end the stream. Once we've ended the stream, we will pick a lucky winner. Thank you all for joining me today. Thank you all for sharing. Even though I didn't manage to create several cards, I will try and create other cards, and I will post to the Facebook page. So keep your eyes open for that. So there we go. Have a lovely day, everyone. A lovely evening or a lovely morning if you're on the other side of the world. And I will see you very soon with more inspiration from old to new. Bye, everyone, and thank you for joining. And a huge shout out to Hannah, who's been popping in all the links. Bye, everyone.